as maybe our own kids, even though we don't like the fact that they disrupt us and that they're cruel. As Abigail Martinez stood up there talking about the suicide of her daughter, you could hear one of them saying, "Cry more."
But I was a point that I just broke down and I cried. I was able to understand that these people are confused, these people are in pain, and they don't want anyone to know the truth. Because like my daughter and any other kid going through this transition, they did it too. And that proves that they are not happy. But they need to put that face that they are happy, they are good, their life is different. But inside, I could tell that it's not that true.
I knew I'd been living a lie, and I could not bear to live a lie identifying as a woman when I wasn't. And then I realized that anybody who's gone through this, it's the same thing. They never changed their gender. We're just masquerading. Every story that comes out about a detransitioner is hope for the next person who's struggling. Every one of them is a powerful story, important story that needs to be told, and every one of them is going to help another person find his way back. That's the hope.
I've realized that as long as you're physically healthy, there really is nothing wrong with your body. There's nothing that you have to change about yourself. And making a difference in your community is so much more important. I started connecting with women over a common experience that we had. And so I kind of had something to look up to. I had some hope and that things would get better from here.
Oh, it's great seeing you.
They were in the same boat that I was, and so they were learning to appreciate like their own experience of being female and femininity and things like that.
All right, see you next time, whatever that is.
Seeing that kind of helped to guide me a little bit to doing the same for myself.
It took me about a year to fully deprogram from gender identity ideology. It was very difficult. I feel like it was the act of deprogramming, just changing my beliefs, that allowed me to recover from my depression. And it's been very healing. Having that family connection again, we can just like be together and love each other.
But I do hope to speak to legislators more to realize that this is not the rainbows and sunshines that I was promised, that other detransitioners were promised. So I am very hopeful that we are changing the minds of others and that eventually that we will be able to protect lots of young children and young adults from being hurt.
I think people just thought it was nice. They didn't realize just how harmful this was. This is going to be a dark time in our history, but I don't think this is going to last. And I think more and more people are going to step up. In fact, I only started talking about this publicly about a year ago, and there are so many more people out there speaking about it publicly, so many more detransitioners out there that aren't afraid to tell their story, and they're all finding each other. This is going to turn around. I see hope in the future.
We educate as much as we can. Part of our advocacy is to create a dialogue in reaching out to doctors who may be curious about the truth that's happening with gender.
Hey, did they send you a written consent form?
It's really interesting that they're willing to meet with us, and we call them listening sessions. They will sit and listen to stories of parents talking about their children and detransitioners. Hopefully we can start persuading them that gender affirmation model shouldn't be the one-size-fits-all.
I'm so proud of Aaron Friday, and all these people who are trying to stop this. So my hope is to talk and to tell, the story so they be aware and more parents being aware. I know that nothing that I do is gonna return my daughter, but at least my hope is to save other families, to go through what we went through. Thank you for watching this movie and learning about the story of my daughter and I. I share my heartbreaking story with you because I don't want any other family to endure the pain our family has been going through. This docudrama is very important for every parent to watch to understand how confused children are influenced to become transgender. It shows how schools teach children to choose their gender, how government can take your child away from you, and how therapists are trained to push parents to agree to their children's transition by saying, "Would you rather have a dead daughter or a live son?" The promise that the child mental problems are solved after transition is not true. As the movie shows what happened to my daughter, worse is that parents are cut out of this really big decision their children are making, which will change their life forever. Many of these young people regret their decision later. There are hundreds of thousands of parents, children, and families going through this situation right now. We need to tell my story and the stories of all these brave young detransitioners in the movies so that no mother, no parent will ever have to go through the pain and suffering of losing their child. And no child should ever have to endure the horrors that my daughter went through from this movement and the system. So I'm asking you to please share this film with your friends, your family, and your communities. The more people who see this film, the louder and stronger our voices will be. A special page has been set up. You can either scan the QR code or go to the website on the screen right now to share it with your friends, family, colleagues, etc. You can also pay it forward. Let them watch the documentary for free. Please share this documentary as it needs to be seen by every parent, everyone who wants to protect our children. Thank you.